Hey everyone, ready to dive into something new? Today we're going all the way to Japan to explore Radio taisō.
Radio taisō.
It's basically calisthenics broadcast on the radio, but as we'll discover, it's way more than just a workout.
You got that right. It's a real window into Japanese culture and history, like a cultural phenomenon almost.
And we're going deep, right? You've got a ton of research there. I see articles, scientific studies, even some personal stories.
Yeah, I tried to get a good mix of sources here. See Radio taisō from all angles.
Well, I gotta admit, on the surface, it sounds kind of simple. A few minutes of moving to music on the radio. What's so deep about that?
That's what I thought too at first, but trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. We're going to uncover how it started, how it became so popular, and maybe even how it impacts health and social well-being.
Okay, you've got me hooked. Let's start at the beginning. Where did this Radio taisō even come from?
You might be surprised to hear that it didn't actually start in Japan. Yeah, the original idea came from American insurance companies in the 1920s. They were trying to promote employee health by broadcasting these short exercise routines over the radio.
Wow, I never would have guessed that. So how did a 1920s American concept end up in Japan?
Well, it was 1928, and Japan was celebrating the enthronement of Emperor Hirohito. The country was really focused on national unity and improving public health.
So they kind of borrowed the American idea and made it their own.
Exactly. They adapted it to fit their culture, named it Radio taisō, and it took off from there.
Smart move. So was it seen as a way to bring the nation together while also improving well-being?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At that time, life expectancy in Japan wasn't very high, and tuberculosis was a big problem. So
Right.
they saw Radio taisō as a way to address both of those issues and promote a more, modern and healthy lifestyle for everyone.
I can see how that would appeal to people.
Yeah.
But I'm still picturing this exercise routine on the radio. What does it actually involve?
It's surprisingly simple, actually. 2 sets of 13 movements, rhythmic movements, of course, set to music. Each set takes about 3 minutes.
So you've got arm circles, leg lifts, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And some chest stretches, leg bends, even some jumping.
Jumping on the radio. That's a funny image.
Well, you adapt it to your space, of course. But yeah, it's designed to be a full-body workout in just a few minutes.
Okay, starting to get the appeal. It's short, it's simple, it's adaptable.
Yeah.
You mentioned it became a national phenomenon, though. How widespread did it really get?
Oh, it's everywhere. Schools, workplaces, parks, even community gatherings. It's estimated that millions of Japanese people do Radio taisō at least twice a week.
Wow, that is incredible. We even came across some stories of kids in Japan collecting stamps for doing the exercises during summer break.
I remember those cards. It's a fun way to encourage healthy habits from a young age, make it part of your routine.
Definitely. And it's not just kids, right?
Oh no. Many companies actually incorporate Radio taisō into their workday. Employees get up, move together. It's a great way to combat that whole sitting at a desk all day problem.
Right, it's like a team building exercise too. Gets
Yeah.
everyone moving and connecting. But there's more to it than just the physical side, right? There's that cultural element you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, for sure. Radio taisō really embodies a lot of important Japanese values. Things like collectivism, discipline, respect for tradition.
It's more than just you and your workout. You're part of something bigger, a whole group moving together.
Right. And they're all in sync, everyone doing the same movements at the same time. It's pretty powerful when you think about it.
I could see how that would build a sense of community, especially these days when so many people feel isolated.
Exactly. That social connection is huge, especially as people get older.
Speaking of different perspectives, we found this interesting story about a guy, Tanaka-san, who actually protested against his company making everyone do Radio taisō. He felt like it went against individual freedom.
Yeah, I read that one too. I think it goes to show that even something as popular and widely accepted as Radio taisō can still have its complexities.
Totally. It sparked a conversation about individual choice and how that fits in with cultural traditions. Pretty interesting.
Definitely. And it's a good reminder that we can't forget the historical context either.
True, like during World War II.
Exactly. Back then, Radio taisō was also used to promote national unity and, physical fitness for the war effort.
Right, a little bit of a complicated history there. But back to the benefits. Are there actual studies showing that Radio taisō is good for you?
Oh yeah, there's some interesting research out there. One study we looked at focused on older adults and the impact of Radio taisō on something called frailty.
Frailty. So is this the secret to a long life in Japan?
Well, not quite a magic bullet, but the results were pretty impressive. They found that doing Radio taisō regularly led to improvements in mental health, physical function, how well people can move around, and even social engagement.
Those are all really important things, especially as we age.
For sure, and it makes sense, doesn't it? It's the movement, the social interaction, getting into a good routine, all things that contribute to overall well-being.
Absolutely. And, Japan does have one of the highest life expectancies in the world.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Could radio taisō actually play a role in that?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
So I am ready to try it out. Can you walk me through a routine, maybe start with the original Radio Taisō #1?
Okay, so picture this. You're standing up straight, feet together, and you slowly raise your arms overhead while straightening your back. It's a great way to stretch those back muscles and improve your posture.
Okay, yeah, I can feel that already. What's next?
So next you do some arm swings and leg bends, really get the blood flowing.
Simple but effective. I like it.
Then we move into some arm rotations, focus on relaxing those shoulders, loosen up those joints.
Well, I need that.
We all do, right? Especially with all the time we spend hunched over computers and phones.
True. What else is there?
Well, for breathing and respiratory function, there are some chest stretching exercises. And then, of course, you got to have some side body bends to stretch those flank muscles, right?
Right, get the whole body moving.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting more limber just listening to you describe these exercises.
That's the idea. And then to address that lower back tightness that a lot of us experience, there's a series of forward and backward bends. And for a supple spine and good posture, we've got body twists that'll have you feeling like a well-oiled machine.
I love how each exercise seems to have a specific purpose.
Yeah, they really thought it through. And then for a little bit of power, there are some arm stretches with quick movements up and down. It's really invigorating.
Wow, this sounds better than my morning coffee.
Then to target your back and leg muscles, you do this diagonal downward bend while arching your chest. It's a great stretch for opening up the whole body.
It's like multitasking with your workout. I like that.
And then there's a series of body rotations to increase flexibility around your waist, get everything loosened up.
Okay, getting the hang of this. What's next?
Time for some jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks?
Yep, gets your heart rate up, boosts circulation. Fun too.
Right, got to get that energy flowing.
Yeah.
So what comes after all that jumping?
Then we start to wind down with another round of arm swings and leg bends just to control our breathing and bring that heart rate back down.
It's like a built-in cool down.
Exactly. And then finally, we finish with some nice deep breaths, easing our bodies back to a state of tranquility.
Wow, that sounds like a complete workout, and it only takes a few minutes. So tell me about Radio Taisō #2. What's the difference?
So #2 is a little more dynamic, a bit more challenging, designed for a younger audience who might want a more vigorous workout.
Bring it on. I'm ready.
Okay, so we start with a whole body shake, just to loosen up.
Shake it off. Got it. What's next?
Then we go straight into more arm and leg bends and stretches, really get that blood pumping. Imagine vibrant leg movements with raised heels combined with those dynamic arm swings.
Ooh, I can feel the burn already.
Ah!
This is definitely more intense.
And then there's this shoulder loosening combo.
Yeah.
You open your arms wide and then rotate them, keeping your elbows straight.
Goodbye, shoulder tension.
Right. And to get those lungs working, we have some chest arching exercises, but this time with slow, deep breaths and synchronized arm movements.
I'm already feeling more energized. What's next?
More side bends for those flank muscles. This time we use our hand under the armpit like a fulcrum to get a deeper, more rhythmic stretch.
Which sounds interesting.
And then, because everyone needs strong back and abdominal muscles, we do more of those forward and backward bends, just like in the first routine.
My back is thanking you already.
And then we've got more dynamic body twists to work on that spine flexibility and posture.
Love it.
Now it's time to build some leg strength.
Yeah.
Single leg jumps and kicks or stomps, really get that coordination and agility working.
Ooh, sounds like a challenge.
And then there's a more dynamic twist and arch body movement to further mobilize the torso.
This routine just keeps getting better and better.
Then we've got these body bending exercises to improve posture, making sure you maintain forward vision throughout the movement.
So thoughtful. Like every movement has a purpose.
Yep, that's Radio Taisō. And then back to jumping jacks to really get that heart pumping and improve circulation.
I'm ready to jump.
And just like the first routine, we wind down with arm swings and leg bends just to control our breathing and bring the heart rate back to normal.
Smart.
And finally, we end with some deep, mindful breaths, bringing the body back to a calm and natural state. We do some gentle palm movements with each inhale and exhale.
That sounds incredibly relaxing. What a workout.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by this whole Radio Taisō thing. But what's the secret to its success? Why hasn't it faded away like so many other fitness
It
fads?
really is remarkable, isn't it? I think you hit the nail on the head. It's that blend of community and tradition, but the exercises themselves are effective too.
It really does make you think. In a world obsessed with intense workouts and like individual achievement, Radio Taisō is this refreshing alternative. It's all about accessibility, sustainability, and community.
Absolutely. And those childhood memories, those attendance cards, that's what makes it stick, you know? It becomes part of who you are, a shared experience that connects generations.
It's amazing to think that just a few minutes of exercise can have such a powerful social impact.
It really is. I wonder, could this be a model for other countries? I
Mm.
mean, replicating Radio Taiso exactly might not work everywhere, but those underlying principles, they're universal.
Right. Moving our bodies, connecting with others, creating healthy habits, those are things everyone can benefit from.
Couldn't agree more.
I'm feeling so inspired by all of this. Time to ditch the gym membership and start a Radio Taiso movement.
Well, maybe start by checking out some videos online, give it a try yourself. You might be surprised how much you enjoy it.
Well, I definitely will, and I encourage all of you listening to do the same. Explore the world of Radio Taiso, discover a new way to move, and who knows, maybe even find a sense of community along the way. Until next time, keep exploring and keep diving deep.